Chicken Rotisserie 101.
All right, so what we're doing is got our baling wire. It's just baling wire from the hardware store. And we're going to use it to tie the legs up.
And what is that tool that you're using?
And we're using the wire cutters to snip the wires, it's long enough to put a little fold in them when you wrap around the legs. Trying to do that first before your hands get all juicy. Easier to do. Don't have to wash your tools. And so now we take the oranges, and I find that the chickens work better when they're breast to breast. So we just go in order here, and we're going to put the oranges are going to be in the middle. That makes it easier. Getting ahead of myself. Slide on the spiky thing. Then the orange. Okay, and we're going to try to stuff 2 oranges in there, or a full orange. So we got 2 halves, and then we go right through the middle. It's hard enough to do one, so we're just doing one at a time. Stuff the oranges in there, just like that, simple. And tie the legs. Put the wire right straight underneath like that, and then just lift these up. You don't have to twist them, you just have to fold them over, bend them down, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Okay, same thing, opposite here. The chicken goes in chicken first. Put the orange in. Stuff it in. Orange. I find if you don't put the orange on the rod, they will fall out on the barbecue. If you just try to stick it in there. And that is not good. Okay, so center this. Chicken's right in the center. And we'll tie up the legs with the other thing. Same thing, wire goes straight underneath. And just cross it over and fold it down. Just make it tight enough so that the legs, the bone ends won't slip through. And I don't really worry about the wings. They just do what they're going to do. Not a big deal. So you want to stab as much of the bird as we can. So I put it right in the center of the rod, and I'm holding this chicken from sliding. I'm just going to kind of get some. If it's just like this, that's fine. Just so it can go into some meat. There, that's good. Just like that. In the center, and we're going to tighten this one. Tighten as hard as you can. If it's a heavy bird, definitely use some pliers. And crank it. This one here, same thing. It's tricky. Right in the center, pushing in, taking that down.
And 2 birds aren't too heavy for this rotisserie?
No, these are perfect.
We do 2 at a time because we have a big family.
And I give it a little test spin, make sure it's not too all lopsided. The wings aren't really going to do anything. They're going to cook, and they're not going to flop down as much. They're going to shrink up a little bit. So they're all good, and you can stick toothpicks in there, you can do tricks with them, but there's no point in that at all. Okay.
Okay. Good go.
Okay. Dump out the coals. Get as many sparks out of there as you can. On the barbecue, you want to side the coals far away from the center as you can. And that way, chicken isn't burning, it's just in here cooking like an oven. And we've got our little cast iron box loaded with hickory chips. Those are nice and sweet. They're gonna go good with the oranges. Put that right in the middle.
Do you reuse those?
And we don't really, we probably burn those out this time. So I like to scoop the coals back to the box a little bit. Okay, gloves, for sure.
Gloves, because it's definitely hot.
It's very hot. So, and then you just slide the hole in the rotisserie motor here and kick it out. And that's it. You see those wings aren't going anywhere. Not going to snap off. And the smoke isn't good blocked out of anywhere.
Beautiful.
We're good. Okay, so we're putting together a paste, and we like this spicy ginger teriyaki sauce, and it's one of the only ones I can find on the shelf without xanthan gum and MSG and corn syrup. So if you find it on sale, stock up because it's a little pricey. So we're gonna add lemon juice to it, just to kind of tame it down. And so roll the orange. Lemon, sorry. No editing on this video. We're not reading off a teleprompter.
You squeeze the seeds in and everything?
And just everything's going in there. I don't freak out over a seed going in there. I'm going to brush it onto the chicken. It's going to fall right off.
Okay.
And these are our homegrown, organic, beautiful lemons. So I think that is going to be enough. Just one. So I like to brush with a plastic brush. The bristles don't fall off. They don't stick onto the bird. So.
Is that the only sauce you use?
And that's it. We're going to baste it. We're not want to take the flavor away of what we already have on it. We're just going to add a little bit of moisture to it with this.
Yum.
And a little lemon kick. So we might even take the oranges out of the bird. You'll see later when we pull those out, we'll squeeze those all over the chicken too.
Lovely. Look at that loveliness. First basting action.
Well, they've been cooking for about half an hour. I'd say half an hour, 40 minutes. Then we're just basting because they're pretty much cooked. We're just adding some flavor to the outside, making a little bit of a kind of a yummy skin. And it's soaking in all the seasonings that are still there. So we're not really trying to make the chicken taste like teriyaki. It's going to taste like what we put on it. Thyme and citrus and hickory smoke. And see the wings? They're not even moving anymore. That's why I don't need to worry about them. They're just tucked in there. Perfect. Okay, what we did was boil it up on the barbecue and bring it inside and let it sit for probably an hour. All foiled up, finished its little cooking, and cools down. So it tastes much better when it's cooled down. And so now I'll try to take it off. Making a humongous mess. Loosen the screws. And let's see, we'll cut the legs up, or cut them free. And actually, we don't need to cut them free. That was why I tied them like I did. So we don't need any tools. Let's undo them. Simple enough. And we can dig the oranges out of there. Let's cool down a little bit.
Can't wait to taste it.
These are good. I'm saying we can just give it a last little bit of love over the top. It is pretty hot, so if you're not a mechanic of 27 years, don't try this. Alright, and then we just cut them up and eat them up. Got the salad ready to go.
Lovely.